Perceive, process, perform. Do you need inspiration for your practice, or do you simply need to practice inspiration? With this series, we aim to do both. Give us 15 minutes and we'll give you practice inspiration.
Hey, I'm Robb Zbierski with Freedom Personal Development, and here is this week's practice inspiration. So when I'm working with my clients one-on-one and sometimes in a small group setting as well, one of the topics that always comes up, and I know a lot of Seattle Site Club members here have asked me about the idea of time management. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to walk you through a proven 7-step process that'll help you coordinate and arrange your calendar. Basically, I'm going to let you run your life instead of your life running you. So when we talk about one of the things that your brain needs in order for you to get it working for you instead of against you, one of the things your brain needs is a schedule that gives you space. It's the space to both get your work done when you need to get it done, and as important, if not more important, is the space that you need to rest and recharge the battery. One of the funny things I always talk about with some of my larger groups is I'll typically ask the question, hey, how many of you ever woken up in the morning and realized that you forgot to plug your phone in overnight? And everybody always raises their hand and they laugh, and I say, great, what's the first words out of your mouth when you wake up and realize you forgot to plug your phone in overnight? And it's usually one of two words that I'm just not going to share with you today because that's definitely PG-13. But then we get into, okay, why is oh bleep the first response? And it's because you know that there's only so far you can get in your day before you have to stop being productive and fix that, plug that phone in and fill up the battery. Your patients can absolutely tell when you show up with a half a charge. Your family members, they can tell when you show up with a half a charge. So the 2-hour solution is a great way for you to get dialed in to make sure that you're taking the time you need to rest and recharge the battery. Dr. Diavanis shared with us this morning's session that things are going to accelerate at such a rapid rate. We can't even fathom how quickly things are going to start moving for us in the next 10 to 15 to 20 years. So having this methodology in place is absolutely going to help. So when it comes to designing a schedule that gives you space, the 2-hour solution, what it is an oxygen mask. It's a weekly meeting that you have with yourself. It's for the purpose of mapping out or scheduling your next 1 to 2 weeks. Now, when I tell people that it's a 2-hour meeting that you have with yourself on a weekly basis, we normally get one of two responses. Some people go, dude, what am I going to talk to myself about for 2 hours? Like, I'm a cool guy, but I don't know what I talk to myself about for 2 hours. So we're going to just not talk about that one. We're going to let that one go, because the more important or the more popular response I get is, if I had 2 hours in my week, man, I would love to be doing something other than working on me. And so what I tell people is this meeting is your oxygen mask. For anyone that's ever flown commercially lately, you know that after the door closes, they say over the loudspeaker, hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for flying. Please minimize distractions and pay attention to this important safety announcement. They talk about the plane, they talk about the exits, they talk about how the seat cushion can be used as a flotation device, and they say in the event of a loss of cabin pressure, they go through the whole, oxygen mask will deploy from the ceiling. Pull the bag, pull the mask to start the flow of oxygen. They always tell you to put your mask on before helping others. They have to tell you that, because if you didn't think about and know to put your mask on first, you simply couldn't help other people because you're likely dead. The 2-hour solution functions as your oxygen mask to keep you on top of your game so you can be the best version of you in order to help as many people as you can. So when it comes to putting together the 2-hour solution, here's what happens. It normally happens between the end of one work week and the beginning of the next. So I know a lot of the doctors watching this video, you've probably taken Fridays off. Good for you. So a Thursday afternoon or even sometime on Friday is a perfect time for you to work on your 2-hour solution. So what you want is you want to find a quiet, uninterrupted space. So if you love your office, like your personal office at the office, at the practice, use that. If you're kind of stressed out to be in your personal office at the practice, don't use that. If you feel awesome about your kitchen at home, do it at your kitchen at home. But you want to find a place that's got really good vibes, a place where you can get some quiet, be uninterrupted. So if it is an office, shut the door. Make people know that you are unavailable. The phone's got to get shut off. Right? This is a time for you to focus on you. And along those lines, you got to be selfish. People are always wanting you, they're wanting access to you, they're wanting your help. You got to get selfish to focus on you in order to make the 2-hour solution work for you. So it's a really, really simple process, but it's one of the most powerful things that you can ever implement into your life. So the first thing that you want to do when it comes to laying out the 2-hour solution is you want to spend some time reconnecting with the things that are most important to you. Get yourself reconnected with your core values, your purpose, your vision, your big picture, short-term, long-term, yearly goals and aspirations. Now, if you've got this stuff written down, please understand I said get reconnected with this information. You're not just spending a couple minutes reading over it. I want you to go back to when you created that list of core values. Go back and remember how excited you were to get clarity on your purpose and your vision. Get reconnected with those feelings. Get the good juices flowing. Spend some time reconnecting that, get a better understanding, get clarity on why you're even doing this, why you're even doing what you're doing in the first place. So some of my clients will spend up to 30 to 40 minutes just on this portion alone, getting themselves reconnected with those bigger picture things that are most important to them. So once you've spent a good amount of time getting reconnected and you're re-energized about life and business overall, the next step is going to be to schedule your commitments. Now the good news is most of you watching this video can function as a human being, and you probably have. Your commitments are probably already on your calendar, so you may not have to take a ton of time. But what I want you to do is when you're getting those commitments on your calendar, right? When you are blocking out the time that you're going to be doing your commitments, set an intention for what you're doing in that time. What is the goal? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to accomplish when you are doing whatever it is that you're doing in that commitment? So again, commitments, things are not changing, not falling off the calendar, no way, no how. Getting married would be a really great commitment to put down on your calendar. So get a clarity on what you're doing, where you're going, where you need to be and when. The next step after that is to schedule your excellence time. Now, excellence time, these are the activities that a byproduct of these activities make you better, stronger, smarter, faster. So this is when you're working out. This is when you're reading. This is when you're listening to audio programs. This is when you're doing any CE work. This is when you are doing any research. Again, any activities that directly make you better, stronger, smarter, faster happen in excellence time. Now, if you're following along, you'll notice that it's a 7-step process. We're only on the 3rd step, and we're talking about scheduling your workouts and your runs and when you're going to read books. It sits high up on the list because these are the activities that are really easy to skip. These are the activities that when you get lifed, it's really easy to go, I'll just skip my workout today, or I'll just read an extra chapter tomorrow. You have to get disciplined in doing the things that make you better, again, to recharge that battery. So once you're reconnected with things, once you've got your commitment scheduled, once you've got your excellence time scheduled, the next step is to schedule your green time. Now it's called green time because green is the color of money. So these are the activities that directly put money in your pocket. This is when you're working right here, when you are doing what you do best as a dentist, as a comprehensive dentist, whatever you're doing, these are your money-making activities. Get these on the calendar, and again, set an intention, right? When Mrs. Smith from Bakersfield comes in, what are you going to talk about with her? What are you looking to accomplish in that chunk of time that you've got with Mrs. Smith? Set the intention, get clear on the end result that you're looking for before you step into that scenario. So once you've got all of your green time laid out for the week, find out when you are at your best. This is when you schedule your green time. If you do your best work in the morning because you're refreshed, then make the green time the first part of your day. Some people I know, they're slow starters. So they do their best work in the afternoon or right after lunch. Great, then make that your green time. You're gonna time block and compartmentalize when you're doing your green time activities. So once you have all of your green time activities scheduled, the next thing to do is schedule your red time. Red time is the activities that they don't directly make you money, but they are the activities that support your green time. So be careful with this one because it's very easy to confuse red time, green time because your brain confuses activity with productivity. So red time is oftentimes delegated out to other team members in order for you to have the best green time you possibly can. So again, red time, very important to have on your calendar, but it's when are you carving out the time that you need to do all the support type things that allow you to be on top of your game when you're in your green time. So at this point, you're reconnected. You're super fired up about what you're doing and remembering and recalling why you're even doing this in the first place. You've got your commitments down. You've got your excellence time. You know when you're putting your oxygen mask on. You got your green time blocked out. You got your red time blocked out. At this point, you're gonna schedule or you're gonna notice what's called flex time. You'll start to see some little holes, some little pockets in your calendar all over the course of the week. These are what's known as flex time. Flex time is my personal favorite because it allows you to be the most productive you possibly can. I borrowed some of this line from my friend Kirk Barrett, but flex time allows you to use the 5 most powerful words in productivity, which are love to, can't right now. So you know that when somebody comes up to you and they got a question, they need your help, they need your answer right here, right now, right away. And if you're in the middle of green time, you can say to the people, hey, I'd love to help, I can't right now. But if you come back at 2 o'clock this afternoon, I've got some dedicated time where we can have a great one-on-one conversation. With that approach, one of 2 things is gonna happen. Number 1 is they're gonna come back at 2 o'clock to get your help when they need it. Or more often than not, they'll figure it out on their own. And then you got all your time back to begin with. So flex time, you can only do that if you know you have dedicated time on your calendar where you are available to help people when they need the help. But again, you're doing it on your time, not on their time. So once you've got that flex time identified on your calendar, now you get to do the fun one, and that is schedule your downtime, your recreation or your recreation time. This is what you do. This is vegging out on the couch. This is date night. This is movie night. This is going to the park with the kids. This is whatever you do for fun to let off steam. That's where this goes. Put it on the calendar, because I know for me, I like to do a lot of fun stuff, but it's really easy to get lifed and go, oh, I'll skip poker night tonight. Nope, get it on the calendar. Get that battery refreshed. So fundamentally, once you go through this 7-step process, you're gonna have a super solid looking calendar. You're gonna know what you're working on, when you're working on it, and why you're even working on it in the first place. So this practice of using the 2-hour solution, I highly recommend that you do this for at least 4 weeks straight. Because one of the most important things that comes out of trying the 2-hour solution for the first time is sucking at it. Most of my clients get really frustrated when they do this for the first time because they overcommit or they overschedule themselves. So getting clear on managing expectations for what you can accomplish, when you can accomplish it, in order to get you trending towards being as effective as you possibly can, that's a huge step in the process. You got to fail forward at this. So do this for 4 weeks straight. Find that 2-hour chunk of time between the end of one work week and the beginning of the next. Use an actual planner. I like Google Calendar because it allows me to literally color code all those different blocks so I know what I'm doing. It allows you to see how much green time you have on your calendar, how much red time, how much flex time, so you can be more aware and go, oh, we need to get some more patients in here because I got a lot of time for green time. Do that. Get a nice, quiet, uninterrupted space. Get selfish. Focus on you. Do this. If you have questions, connect with me and let me help you. But use the 2-hour solution. I can say the clients I work with, this is the #1 thing that allows them to shift from being good to being great or excellent.